This is HTML and CSS project. Under the HTML and CSS project, we have 5 different scripts. You may be wondering what is the meaning of scripts. Scripts contains code that perform a particular functions. So we have the HTML and CSS script. So whether you purchase a CD or you go to the CSS section on Ewebtutor, you have access to. So each of these scripts contain already made sites that will make use of HTML and CSS code. Like script number 1 now contains this file. This is the CSS, this is directly to the CSS, and this is directly to the HTML. So all the images that we use in creating this site that we are seeing now are all found inside this place. So this is the first script, this is the second script, script number 3, script number 4, script number 5. Each of these scripts gives you a design that is being made by HTML and CSS. So the reason we didn't do anything on HTML project is because we believe that HTML and CSS, they work together. So we want you to get to this section before we'll be able to show you scripts that will talk about HTML as well as CSS. So right now we are going to practicalize only one out of this script. So the rest you can test it at your lecture. But just note, each of these scripts contain code that is written with HTML as well as CSS. So let's try with the HTML CSS script 1. So how do we do this? How do we use this? You can use 2 methods. The first method is this. Each of these scripts is contained inside a zip file. The thing is, you can unzip it and transfer it to your FTP, or you go to your FTP account. This is the fastest way. You log into your FTP account. If all is well, you click on the public underscore HTML and you click on, there is upload. Upload is used when you want to upload a file. We've used this many times when you want to upload a file from your system or from your devices. And there is another type of upload, the unzip and upload. This one is if you want to upload a file inside a zip, you make use of the unzip and upload. Note, when you want to upload a file, you can only upload one at single, as in a file, just a single file one time. So like right now, I want to upload the file now. I just click on browse, then I will select whatever file that I feel like uploading. But note, I can only upload one at a time. That is about uploading. But the other one is unzip and upload, and that's why we want to make use of the unzip and upload, because look at this zip file now. Inside this zip file, what do you have? You have a lot of files. So with just a single click of a button, this HTML CSS script 1, I can upload everything that is inside it. I can upload it to the server directly. But if I decide to use ordinary upload, then that means I will have to be uploading this file. I'll first upload the index of HTML. I'll upload a folder, images folder. I'll be uploading all this content of images folder one by one, and it's a waste of time. So instead of doing that, why can't I just click on unzip and upload? Then to ask me, you can see now here now to ask me to select zip that I want to upload. So I will now browse through where the script 1 is on my system. Or if you are using your mobile phone, you've already downloaded, whether you've already downloaded the 5 scripts for HTML and CSS, whether you've already downloaded it from the Ewebtutor site or you have it on the CD that you purchase, anyhow. But whether you are using a system or a mobile phone, just browse through the directory that you have the file, the zip. Rather, you have the zip. So if you have purchased the CD, you have it under the HTML and CSS scripts. Sorry, shouldn't be. Sorry. So what I'm saying is, when you click on browse, you go through the folder that contains your HTML and CSS scripts. So you open it. Once you open it, then you have access to the 5 scripts. But I told you we are going to use this HTML CSS script 1 as an example. So the rest you can practice it yourself. So right now we are going to use our HTML CSS script 1. So you just select it. Automatically, everything that is inside that script, that zip, everything that is inside that HTML CSS script, automatically everything will be uploaded directly to your server. So instead of uploading, let's see the contents of HTML CSS script. Let's see the contents of HTML CSS script 1. You can see these are it has 2 folders and a single file. So instead of uploading them one by one and wasting your time with normal upload, then you just click on unzip and upload. So with unzip and upload, then you just pick whatever zip that you wish to unzip and upload. Then you click on OK. Then you have to wait. So everything you have to wait till it load. Can you see everything that is inside that folder? Everything that is inside the zip that you upload right now, you will see. Okay, look at it now. The first one is CSS. It has a folder CSS, and under the folder there is a single file called style.css there. Then let's check maybe it's true. Can you see style.css? So it has uploaded that one successfully. And there's another image, another folder called image. Inside this image there is this. So image ends here. So let's see the files that are under image. Can you see? These are all the files, and the last file that you have is what? Index.html. Is it here? Can you see? It's there. So right now it's telling you that all these things have been uploaded now successfully to your server. So by the time you click on return, you discover that how many folders do you have? You have image and CSS folder, and you also have your index.html. This .htcss and cgi/bin is already present on your server. So all those ones you don't need to, there's nothing wrong with, just leave them as they are. But just know the 2 folders you have is images and CSS, and the file, a single file, you have a single file on this side, which is what? Index.html. But right now we've successfully upload the HTML CSS script 1 to our server. So but if you want to try the other script, the best thing is try to delete all these ones first. Delete it. So after you delete it, then you now go back to unzip and upload. Then you can now upload the script 2, script 3, script 4, script 5, anyone you wish. But for right now we are going to use this as an example, so we don't need to delete it. So let's see what happened. Let's go to our site. Let's go to my site and see what happened. Because I have index.html on my server, automatically if I go to my site, automatically it just open the page directly because there is an index. I told you, whenever you want to create a site, look at facebook.com now. If you click on facebook.com, automatically is the home page that is going to open. So whatever page that you want to open must be stored, must be saved with what? .index. Any programming language. It can either be index.html, it can either be index.php. So just note, the first page of any website must be index. Whatever programming language that you are using. So whether it's .html, whether it's .php. So but the first page of any site is always index. So since there's an index page here now, then you know that whenever you access your site, the first thing that is going to display is this index page. But let's say there is no index.html on our server. What will happen when we access this site now? All this content that we have here is just going to display like you are having in the previous all this other tutorial that we are doing. It's because we didn't have a first page, we didn't have an index page. That's why you are seeing all your files. You just see it as it lists them here. By the time you go to your site, you will see them. You will see it listing them like this. I believe you've seen that before. But because we have index.html page, we have the first page. When you go to your site, this is my site, you just open the first page directly. Can you see? To just open the first page. So this page that you are seeing now is what? Index.html. But because I've told you that whenever you want to see a first page, you just save it as what? Index.any programming language. You will see that this is my site URL. You will discover that when I go to this site URL, I don't need to put index.html before it will open my first page, because whether you put your site URL.index.html, whether you didn't put index.html, it's still going to open the first page. So that is why when you are going to Facebook, you don't need to say facebook.com/index.php. You don't need to say that, because whether you use index.php, whether you didn't use it, it will still open you the first the first page. And let's see what happened now. I press this index.html. Let me see, maybe it's to see open the same page. You will discover that it's to go to the same page. So what we are just trying to say right now is every first page of any site must be stored with what index dot whatever programming language that you are using. In our case, we use .html. So, but if what you just need to do is give anybody that you want them to have access to your site, give them your URL. You don't need to say you don't need to put in .html. You don't need to put it there. Just give them your URL. When you visit it, automatically the first page that is present on your site, which is the index page, is going to be the first that will change. So every other page, like right now, this site now it only have just a single page. So every other page that you want to have, they will now link to it. You link to it inside the index.html. So look at it now. The home, although now once you click on all this link, it's not going to go anywhere because the page is not created already. The page is not, all those pages are not already on our server. We only have one page. This site now, our site now is only a one-page website. It's only a one-page website. But right now, as we have a lot of pages now, so from this first page now, you can now click on home, you can go to about us, you can go to read articles. So a first page, as in is called, another name for first page is called the landing page. So when you go to facebook.com, it's not that first page, their own page that you can log in, you can sign up, and through that links that you can be able to go to other page of that website. So it's not as if you can go to index.html and you can also go to any other page at the same time. It's not possible. But we first get to one page. So once you get to one page, so due to navigation link, HTML link, then you cannot be going to, you can be accessing other page. But note, other page that you want to access from the home page must be created first before you'll be able to link to that page. So I believe I've taught you about linking from one page to the other, from that page to the first page, and stuff like that, during the course of HTML linking. So right now, look at this site now, index.html. By the time you check this code now, let's check the index.html. You will discover that these are the codes. These are the HTML code that forms this, what you are seeing presently right now. These are the HTML codes that forms what you are seeing right now here. So this welcome that you are seeing here now, let's see the welcome. Let's start from there. Can you see welcome? It has what? Header 1, H1. That's why it's very, very big. So but let me just give it header, let me give it header 6, and let's see the way it will be. Header 6, H6 open tag, H6 closing tag. So let's save this. When we save it, let's refresh our website. You will discover that this welcome will have been smaller. I've refreshed. Sorry, there's an error. No, let's go back. Sorry, let's delete that because we are trying to use ordinary 6 without the class. I believe you understand. We will talk about class during the CSS tutorial. Can you see? Can you see the welcome now? It's now small. Before we use H1, but I've told you that H1, H2, H3 is decreasing. Increasing H something, we brought a decrease in the size. So H1 is the highest, while H6 is the smallest, and that's why you have the smallest. So that's why we have the smallest there. So you can now edit, you can edit this code. So if you like, if you don't want this home to be there, if you want something like contacts, instead of home here now, you want contacts to be showing there, all you need to do is go to the link section. This is where the home is, then change it to contacts. So once you change it, then save. I believe all these things you understand about it. You already understand it. So this is just a script that we give you in order for you to edit yourself. And you see, contact is now displaying. If you want a situation whereby if a person or someone click on this contact, you want it to take them to maybe facebook.com all you need to do is link this contact to what? Facebook.com. By what? By making use of the ahref. I believe we've done all this in HTML. So these are the things. So this script is just created. We create a whole site with all the things that we have learned so far. We use it to create a whole site, and when you look at the code, I believe you should be able to understand this yourself. So use contact now. I told you that we want to link this contact to facebook.com. So what will you do? You will link it using what? ahref. And that ahref is already there before. So this asterisk, the reason we are using asterisk here now is just because we don't want it, once they click on it, we don't want it to go to anywhere. Can you see? Even if I click on it 1 million times, it won't go anywhere. So whenever you use asterisk as your link, so that means you still want to edit the link later in the future. But for now, you don't want them to be going, and you don't want them to be navigating to any location. So that's why you make use of hash in your link, so that later you can edit it to whatever location you want your user to go. But right now, we want our user to go to facebook.com. So instead of hash, then we'll put the real site you want them to go to, www.facebook.com. Note, you won't say facebook.com/index.php. Why? Because you may think they use /index.php and they may use index.html. So you don't have to worry about the first page of that particular site you are linking to. Just press the domain name of that site. Automatically the system will detect the first page of that site and it's going to open it. So it's not your own to be putting /index.php. It's not your own. So just once you don't know the real location or where you are trying to go, just go to the normal domain name. Automatically, by the time the link is traveling, by the time it's going to the location, it's going to look for the first page of that particular domain name, that particular site, and it's going to open it for you. So right now, I've linked this to facebook.com now. So let's see. Once let me refresh this first now. Let me refresh this. So once I click on contact now, automatically it's going to take me to facebook.com. Can you see? So let me go back. It's going to take me to facebook.com. So that's just the way it is. But right now you will discover that when I click on this contact now, it's loading facebook.com on the same page. And this is a problem that many websites, this is a problem that they have. The reason is because they want to create another link that link to another different site, and they will not use, they will not do it in such a way that when their user click on that link, it's supposed to open another tab and display that new site that they want their user to, that new site that they want to navigate their user is supposed to open it in another different tab, so that their own website will still be visible for a site visitor. How do you achieve this? So right now, I want to switch out by when a user click on any link on my website, on this, when they click on this link, I want it to open to another tab, and this same page should still retain. So how do I achieve this? All I need to do is I should go back to where I link it. So right now I make use of a href. So inside this A also, A has href, that is the reference where you want to go to. It also has something we call targets. So right now if I want you to go to another page, once the user click on link on contacts, instead of it opening it on the same page, on this same page, if I want you to go to another tab, then I will just use the target. I will use $blank underscore blank. I'll use underscore blank. So we have underscore self, underscore blank, what other things do we have? We have a lot of them like that. Let me check those things that we have under the linking. Let me check those things that we have. So everything, assuming you are using Dreamweaver now, everything should be on Dreamweaver. Let me create a link. Let me just link something to facebook.com. So if I highlight it here now, can you see we have underscore blank, we have underscore parent, we have underscore self, and we have underscore top. So these are the 4 types of targets, the 4 value of targets that we can have. Look at the code. Can you see? There is href. So this is the reference where you are trying to go to, and that A still has another attribute called target. So the target can either be those 4 values that I talked about previously. So right now we are going to use the dollar underscore blank. So we've used it. So let's save this and refresh it and try to access our website again. So let's refresh this page first so that our changes will. So let me click on contact. Once I click now, you will discover that it will open now. Can you see my page is still there? This is Facebook, so my page is still there. So whenever you want to create a link that will open in a different tab, make sure you make use of what? The target attributes. It's very, very important. All this content that you have here, you can easily change them yourself. This content that you have, these are the contents, so you can easily find them and change them to whatever is suitable for you. So but I just believe with this script now, you should be able to how will I put it? With this script now, you should be able to edit it to suit whatever you are trying to. I believe it's a template. So with this template now, I believe you can work with this template and create something beautiful out of this template. Like this background now, look at this header now. This header is the image, and if you want to know the name of the image, the name of this image of this header, all you need to do is right click on it, and you click on view background image. Can you see? The image can be found, this image that you use now can be found under your images folder. Where is my images folder? Let me go to my public_html, my images folder, and what? The name of the image is what? esa/bg.jpg. Where is it? Can you see? This is the name of the images. So in case you wish to change it, okay, let's even do it. I don't want to use this now. I want to use another image. Instead of this now, I want to edit this to another different image. All I need to do is I should go and prepare the image I want to use. Maybe you use CorelDRAW or any other designing tools that you like. Just go and use them. Any designing tools that you have. So in my own example now, let me find one image that I feel like using. Let me find it. Let me find one fine image I feel like using. Okay, let me use this. I love this. Header. But note one thing, the name of the real image, the name of the header in the site is stored inside the images folder, and the name of the image is what? esa/bg.jpg. So make sure any image that you want to use, make sure at the end of the time you finish designing it, make sure you save it to this word. Make sure you save it to this name. It must have the same name. So to save it now, all I need to do is copy this name .jpg, and make sure that the format of the image, because the image you want to replace, the image that is there before, that acts as the header before, is what? Is .jpg, is in jpg. So make sure the image you are bringing in also is what? The format also is jpg. How will you know this? Just click on it, you will see .jpg, or whether with your mobile phone or your what other things I use, whether your system, you can check the property of the image, whatever image you want to use. Can you see is in .jpg, so you know that this image is what? .jpg. So I can rename it like this. So I've renamed it now as esa.pg. So all I need to do is the image that is here before that I don't feel like using, I don't want to use, I will just overwrite it with the new one on my desktop or the new one on your mobile phone. So how did I write this now? All you need to do is go to images, the name of the image is what that we want to overwrite is what essa/bg.jpg. The one that is there before, just delete it. The one that is there before, delete it. Can you see? So return back to the image. Make sure you are inside the images folder. You've already deleted it inside the images folder. Make sure you are also inside the images folder. Then you now click on upload. So this time around, you want to upload another image inside the what images folder. And what is the name of the images you want to upload inside the new essa/bg.jpg. So let's upload it. So where can we find it? We can find inside the desktop. This is it. Then we click on OK. So you wait till it finish loading. So after it's finished loading, to tell you that it has finished loading. So once you return back to images, you will have seen essa/bg. If you also want to override this one, all you need to do is go and create your header somewhere, but make sure after you create it somewhere, make sure you rename it back in this name, and first delete this one before you import the new one that you've done. So to know maybe your new image is now there, to know, so all you need to do is refresh this. Can you see? Once you refresh this, the new image is there. So the previous one is not there again. So just go back. It's not, the changes is not showing here because we have not refreshed this page. So by the time you refresh this page now, the changes will show. Can you see? But there is a problem that we have here, and the problem is the image that you want to replace. Make sure is the new image that you have, make sure it's the same size, the same width and the same height as the image you want to replace. So the first thing we have to first do is the image we are trying to replace, we should first get his width and his height. So with this measurement now, we cannot create our new image with that measurement. So that by the time we create, let's say the re-image before, the one that is there before, let's say the width is 400 by 200. So when you are designing your work inside CorelDRAW, make sure you design it based on 400 by 200. So after you design it with the same measurement as the old one, then you rename it as the old one. You delete the old one from your server images folder. After you delete the old one from the images folder, you import the new one inside the images folder. Finish. But the reason you discover that this does not, as in the way the way our design is right now, you discover that it's not like before, is because the image that we import, this image that we just imported, is not the same width and height as our former images, because our former images cover from here to here and cover from here to this place, but this one only cover from here to here and from here to here. So it's not the same width, and this one is this header image is very smaller than the previous one. So make sure by the time you are trying to import a new image, or you are trying to, maybe you get a script online or you download a script from any website, make sure that when you are trying to change any image that you are trying to re-edit, maybe you want to create your own image, and make sure it's of the same name. I believe if you want to import a image, if you want to insert an image here now around this place, I believe you should be able to do that yourself. So let me just do that and end it, because all the other things that is here, you can edit it to suit your taste. But let me just insert an image. After this welcome, I want to put I want to insert an image. How will I do this? So I will go back to my index.php. index.html rather. So after the welcome, so here now, let me insert a new image here. So what's the code to insert image? img, then the source. So what's the name of my image I want to insert? I don't already have the image on the server. So how do I get the image to the server? So let me first look at the image that I can. Okay, let me say I want to insert this image, so I will make it ready to a directory that I know about, or maybe let me just put it on my desktop. So what's the format? The format is JPG. So the name of the image is what? Preview preview.jpg. so it depends on the path I uploaded it on the side, the path I uploaded it to on the server. If I upload it here, by the time I want to call for the source, I'll just say what? I'll just say preview dot what? jpg. If I upload it directly to the www directory, or if I upload the image to www directory or public_html, if I upload it directly to this directory, the directory you are seeing presently now. So if I want to call the source, I'll just say preview.jpg because that's the name of the image. But if I upload the image inside the folder images, if I want to call for the source, what will I call it? I will just say what? I will say images slash preview, because the file name preview.jpg is inside what? The folder images. But if the file name is just directly on the server, that is on the www directory or the public_html, I will just call it directly. But right now I want to upload the file preview.jpg inside my images folder. All I need to do is I'll first open the folder images. After I open the folder images, then I will click on upload, and I will browse for file preview. So after that I will click on OK. So if all is well, by the time it's finished loading, if I click on return, I should see my preview.jpg. Is it there? It's there. So right now, so just know the path is what? Since it's images folder, preview.jpg, I will find inside the images folder. I will say images slash preview.jpg. So once I click on save, so let's refresh our web page. So you should be able to see our picture should be able to display. Can you see? That's displayed. So note one thing: to insert an image, just use the image syntax, but make sure that the image is already present on your what? On your server, and know the path. Right now I know that the image preview.jpg, I know it's present inside my images folder. That is why I use this part. But if jpg is inside www directory or public_html, I don't need to put images slash with it. I'll just write preview.jpg. So it's very, very important. So with the knowledge of HTML and the PHP, I believe you understand what we refer to as your ID. So I told you we have the class, we have the ID. So I will discuss all this when we are talking about our CSS. So with the knowledge of HTML and CSS, like the title that we have here now, look at it, title goes here. Where can you find the title? You can find the title under the head. The title, can you see? This is the title. So I can change it to whatever I like. I can change it to home page. So after I finish, I will save. So if I refresh this page now, you discover that this thing will change to home page. Can you see? That's changed to home page. So another thing I want to let you to know is that all the CSS that we make use of in this code now, we make use of the what? We don't make use of the embedded style sheet. We make use of the what? The file inclusion style sheet. And the file inclusion style sheets, the link, can you see? The H reference is what? You can find the name of the style sheet that we use is what? Style.css. And where can you find it? You can find it under the CSS folder. So if you go to your www directory now, or your public_html, under the CSS folder, then you will find a file name of style.css. So this style.css is a script, is a CSS script that we use. So we make use of the file inclusion style sheet. And I believe when we are talking about the CSS aspect, I explained to you how to create this and how to use this. So all these things, what we just did is that we put our CSS inside the folder called CSS folder, and we put our images inside the folder called the images folder. And whenever we want to call for images, we use images slash the image name. And whenever we want to call for our style, we make use of CSS slash the style name. So right now our website is making use of a file inclusion style sheet, and that style sheet is the name of the style is what? Style.css, and it can be found inside the CSS folder. So let's see how let's edit our style.css. Can you see this is style.css? I believe all this thing that is here, I believe I've already explained to you. I said the body, this is the body margin, the padding, the font. I've explained to you when you have fonts slash comma when you have something like this. So if this one is not available, you should use this. If this is not available, you should use this. And we also have the font size. We have 12. I can change this font size. I can change it to 200. Font size, I can change it to 200. You don't have, sorry. Sorry, there is an error. So once you finish, then you click on save. There is an error. So what's the problem? So we change this to 200 pixel. So the size, normally the size is 12, but we want to increase it so that you'll be able to see the changes. There is an error. Sorry, there is an error trying to save to this directory. But maybe the problem is that there is a limitation to this mobile FTP. So let's use the cPanel FTP and see what we have. So to access my cPanel, all I need to do is go to my IP address, then I will click on cPanel. So what I'm trying to say is that the reason you are seeing the error you are seeing, the error that is being prompted, is because there is I think there is a permission problem with this mobile FTP account that we are using. There is a permission problem. So let's log into the FTP, the normal cPanel FTP, and try to access our site. So my username is markets, and this is my password. So once I enter into my cPanel account, I will click on File Manager, so I will have access to my FTP. So the reason I'm trying to use cPanel FTP is because this one is talking about one permission error. I don't know why. So well, let's use this so that we won't waste our time. So I'll open cPanel. Whatever you can do with this cPanel FTP, you can also do it with the. So once I click on edit, so I can edit my code here. So this 12 now, let's change it to 200. So let me click on save changes. So it has been saved. So I already said me that it has been saved. You can see the message is there. So once you click on save, automatically you will see a prompt that will tell you that it has been saved. So once it's saved, so let's refresh our web page and see what we have. Can you see? Can you see? Each of the tests have changed from 12 to 200. So because the CSS, the styles that we use for this web page, we make use of the file inclusion style sheets, and the name of the style sheet is what? Is style.css, which I'm going to find is what? The CSS directory. So whatever you edit, whatever you change here, whatever you manipulate here, automatically the effect is going to be seen on your index.html page. So with knowledge of what we have, you can be able to dissect all these. You can be able to dissect them yourself and be able to understand what we did. I believe I've already explained all this. I've already explained to you. So just check through your HTML page, the index.html page. Look through it, and once you look through it, then you'll be able to understand the styles, how we apply the styles to it, and the effect of the style on your home page. So for further inquiries, please you can contact us on our contacts form, Ewebtutor contact form, so that we'll be able to answer all your requests, whatever problems that you may be. And even if you want us to be there with you in order for us to practice with you, then we'll gladly do that. So for you to try other scripts, please just delete what you have presently on your topic underscore HTML, or www directory, delete the CSS, the image, and the index.html. Then you can now go to unzip and upload each of those scripts one by one, and you will test it on your server. So, but one thing is this: we only give you 5 scripts, but how do you get multiple scripts online? How can you download multiple scripts online? All you need to do is go to your Google. Once you get to your Google, then it depends on the kind of script you are looking for. If you are looking for HTML script on HTML and CSS script on education, all you need to do is just type free HTML and CSS templates. And just type free HTML and free CSS templates. So automatically there will be a lot of websites that will be shown. So from there you can click on them one by one. So all these free HTML and CSS, all these free templates, they allow you to download templates that you see free without no cost. But in case you want the paid one, then you can just search on HTML and CSS templates. So there are a lot of templates that will, but each and every one of them at a particular price attached to it. Look at it. This is it. This is a template. You can see there are different templates on education. So anyone you feel like downloading, you can first click on them to see the bigger picture, how they are before you download them. Can you see it? This is the way this one is going to display. So if you think you like it, all you need to do is there should be a link to download. Can you see? To download, you click here. So once you click here, there are some that will ask you. Look at it now. There are some, once you click on download here, there are some that will ask you to register on the site before you can download. Then you register and you follow the process. But like this one now, they didn't ask you to register. All you need to do is, once you see a template that you love, all you need to do is just click on the download. So once you click, automatically it will ask you to download the script. Can you see? Is the name of this script is what? Template.zip. So with your, once you download it, you can find inside your download, or depending on the devices you are using. So can you see? So if I click on my template download, can you see what I found? There is fonts and there is HTML. So under this HTML now, I have my my files. So there's only the template download now only has one, and it also has a style. But this time around, the style is not present inside. This time around, the style is not present inside a folder. The style is just directly inside the www. It should just be directly inside the www directory. But all your images that we use for the site is present inside a folder called images folder. And this font that you are seeing here is all this font that you have here now is a font that is not already present on your system. I've already explained this when we are talking about fonts. I think that should be HTML. Is it HTML or CSS? I've already explained this about fonts. So there are some fonts that when you use them, they are already present on your system automatically. There is just this. But there are some fonts that you have to import. So this example now, we are trying to import it. So you can just unzip this. But instead of you to unzip this template, all you need to do is you go to your FTP, you click on unzip and upload, then you click on browse, then you go to your download, you go to your download. When you go to your download, you go to your download. So in my example, I can find my the script what I just downloaded now. I can find it under download. So where's the folder? Temper. Can you see? This is it. So once I click on open, automatically this is the final. Once I click on OK like this, everything that is inside it is going to overwrite whatever that is present inside my server. And whenever I check it here, then I should be able to have it. Let me just try this for an example. Lastly, but note one thing: images folder is already present on my images folder is already present on my system, and the file I'm trying to upload also has images. The file I'm trying to upload also has images. So it will just have to override themselves. But note one thing: if I upload this thing now, upload this template zip now, is going to upload only 2 folders. It's not inside the HTML folder that I will have my original scripts. What I'm trying to say is this. Let me upload it and so that you will see what I'm trying to say. So you wait till it's finished uploading. It's loading. Okay, it has finished uploading. Then you click on return. It has finished uploading. But note one thing, click on public_HTML to refresh it. Then what do you have? Under your images, sorry, there's a problem. Okay, let's go to our www directory. It's like I upload it inside images folder. But where did I upload it? Is this CSS folder? I upload it where I didn't supposed to upload it. Okay, let me upload it inside my public_HTML folder. Templar. The file name is, the zip file is Templar. Let me upload it here. There's an error with the server. I think there's an error with the server. So let me log in.